Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is GarrettJPeters and I'm back again with another plugin from Neural DSP because this company keeps knocking it out of the park and this plugin is no exception. This is their brand new plugin that was released just a couple days ago. It's the Archetype plugin that was built and designed with PLINI. For those of you that don't know, PLINI is a modern metal guitar player who incorporates like progressive styles and fusion into his playing, gets really nice ambient clean tones and stuff like that. Again, he designed this plugin with Neural really to his specifications, and you can hear that if you've heard any of his music. If you try this plugin out yourself, you'll see that it's really demonstrative of his tone, if that makes any sense. It really does a great job to exemplify words. You know, you get what I'm saying. It does a great job. For me, I really like this plugin because it's absolutely everything you need and nothing more for dialing in a guitar tone. It's got new stuff like a compressor, it's got a 9-band EQ, and then what it has now that I'm super excited about that Neural's never done is time-based effects. So they got delay and reverb. So if you know me, I like a lot of lead guitar playing, so I need my delay and reverb for building these lead tones. But let's check out a little bit more. I want to show you this plugin and walk you through it a little bit, and then we'll check out some more tones. So what we're going to do is we're going to start at the top here. This is where we navigate. The first thing in line right here is the pedals. So again, we got a compressor pedal, so that's really nice for being able to help out if we have a clean tone. Clean tones are very dynamic, and sometimes if you pick too softly or too hard, you know, that doesn't sound great, but the compressor really helps to even out those notes, so that's great. We got an overdrive pedal, so that's really good for driving the front of the amp. It really helps for lead tones, make them a little bit smoother, a little easier to play, and add that nice bite that we all love. And this one sounds really great, and it's really nice to use with the 3 different amps that this plugin has. That's right, 3. Normally the other plugins, they only have 1 amp tone, but this one has 3. I'm going to say 3 over and over again. We have here the first amp. This is the clean tone. You got your typical gain, bass, middle, treble, master, and presence, and then you have a bright switch, and that's on all 3 of these amps, but they're all just different voicings basically. So this middle one is more like your crunch. It's like that new wave British metal that I guess I would say. It's kind of like, you know, that perfect medium output. I think it sounds really great, and even if you crank it, it sounds nice for high gain stuff too, and you'll see that in the other tones I'm going to show you. And then lastly, you got the super high gain, you know, heavy, chuggy type of amp. I think it sounds kind of Mesa-ish, if that's your thing, kind of dry-ish sounding, but it's really nice. Moving along, we got the EQ section, and again, this is a new thing for Neural, and I'm absolutely stoked on it because an EQ section is just really great for fine-tuning the last details of a tone. Sometimes it's just not quite there. You need to take out a frequency, or you need to bump up a midsection just to kind of like, you know, get that bump for like a lead tone or something like that. Just helps shape your tone, the last little details, and I think that's really helpful. 9 bands is a ton, and it really covers a wide range of the EQ spectrum, so I think that's awesome, super sick. And the other great thing about this EQ section is that there's 1 for each amp, so that's really cool. If you want to just have 1 preset, and you know you're on this head, you can have a different band of EQs for, you know, this crunch tone, and a different band of EQs for your clean tone. So I think that's really great. Good thinking on Neural's part for sure. Moving along, this is the cab section. So again, if you've seen my last video with the MTS, this is very similar. It's pretty much the same thing. We got 6 virtual microphones here, and we have 6 on the other side for blending. So tons and tons of different, you know, tonal options right there. You can adjust the positioning and the distance with these knobs, or you can just click and drag, which is nice. You can adjust the levels, again, for mixing and matching. And we got the panning if you're doing any stereo type effects and stuff like that. You can, you know, kind of widen it and whatnot. And then you got the phase as well down here. And again, another thing I love about these plugins is you can adjust from here. So if I am moving a mic and something sounds a little harsh, I can adjust the treble or the presence right here. I don't have to flip back and forth to the head. I think that's a great little feature. And again, if you don't want to use these virtual mics, you can just load your own IRs. So that's really great. Again, you don't have to use their stuff. You can use the stuff you have already. So even more tonal options there. And lastly, this is the most exciting part. This is the delay and reverb sections. With the delay, you got your typical dry and wet knob. It's again for adjusting your volume. You can do ping pong delay. You can synchronize it up. So my project right now says 200. So if I click the sync, boom, jumps to 200. So I think that's really nice. A modulation for a different type of whirring sound for the delay. I think it sounds good. And you have a tap tempo right here, which again, super handy in case you just want to kind of like feel out that tempo. And yeah, it just sounds great. Moving along, we've got the reverb pedal, and again, this also sounds great. What do you know? You got the dry wet for the volume and the space. This is really good for, you know, basically adjusting whether you want it to sound like a hallway or like a cathedral type sound, you know, bigger open space, the more and more you dial it up. and then time, so how long the reverb lasts. And then the other thing it has is a low pass and high pass filter here, so you can really, you know, dial in this reverb to get it exactly how you want. And I think it was really easy to do to get this the tones that I got with this plugin. So really great stuff. Enough of me blabbering. Let's check out some more tones, shall we? So there we have it. Again, another great addition to the already amazing Neural DSP line of plugins. This one is no exception. I think this one is a little bit more diverse than the other two. If you haven't tried out any of these plugins, you should check out neuraldsp.com. I'll leave a link for everything in the description below. And all these plugins are 14-day free trial, so you can try these out for yourself before buying them. And I think that's great, you know, try it before you buy it. Who doesn't love that? Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a like. It helps out this channel. And yeah, if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I got a lot of new content coming out that I'm really excited about. And if you're already a subscriber of mine, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in another video, okay? See you guys.